another video about Line 6 presets. As you can see, my channel is a mix of educational stuff and more to do with sounds with the gigs that I have. First and foremost, I want to thank all the people that have downloaded the zip file and have made a donation, because you can download them for free. But if you use them, it's appreciated if you make a donation, and I definitely want to thank those people that have spent some time, extra time, to make a little donation through PayPal or through the download link. All the links are in the description as always. I've updated one of the presets, which was the direct monitoring. I will put a link on the original video, because I've used them recently on a gig, and I feel that I've come up with a better version, so to speak. So where you're basically monitoring yourself directly through the HX Stomp or Stomp XL, rather than the line that you've been given by the monitor engineer or the front of house engineer. I've been playing with this band called Down to the Bone. It's a relatively known band in the jazz funk world. It's a band from London, from the, I want to say, early 2000s, late 90s, in the acid jazz genre, so to speak. They have quite a few albums out, and I've been playing with Down to the Bone since 2017, I think. So a fair few years. We've done a fair few gigs, and it's always good fun. It's a funk outfit, basically, with three horns, percussion, drums, bass, keyboards, and guitar. It's quite, the gig is actually on Saturday. If you're around London, is at the Pizza Express, which is a jazz venue in Soho. So it's this Saturday, 20th of July. So bit of a plug there. So it's quite straightforward sound. I will be using the backline, because Pizza Express there's a backline, so there are usually deluxe reverbs there. Play there many times. So the amp and the reverb is just for reference, but feel free to use them with the amp, or just with in-ears, or through a set of monitors. So it's quite the clean sound is the Line 6 Clarity. This is the clean sound. Let's get rid of the delay. As I said, this is just a reference. Usually, with this band, I play either a Strat or a 335. So I tend to keep the gain quite low, so to speak. There's a compressor to slightly beef up the sound, but more to even things out, because there's a lot of this, There's a lot of this kind of stuff. There's a clean boost, which is just literally a 4 dB. It's like a clean boost, because there's a lot of that Grand Green style playing, so to speak, even though it's more modern music. There's a delay up tempo, It's a classic, because again, there's a lot of this kind of stuff, kind of more vibey effects. There's a chorus, because there's a lot of Rhodes type sounds, so this goes well with that as well, complements that style of playing in terms of the keyboards. There's a very, very low gain overdrive. This is the Heir Apparent, It's more like to beef up the sound, really, not. There are only a couple of covers that we're not doing this time that have proper overdriven sounds. It's more that kind of. It's more that type of thing. You want a dirty sound, not necessarily distortion. And then I don't know if I'm going to use this, but it's like alto wire. I think it kind of really fits that, Sounds a bit like Clapton, John Mayer, but it does fit that 70s funk style, so to speak. And that's really it. It's quiet. There's a reverb, but I don't know if I'm going to use it. Usually, when I get to the venue, I see in what condition the amp is. Sometimes I bring my DV Arcade and I can plug it into the speaker. Usually, as I said, there are deluxe reverbs or rather deluxes in these venues, and depending on how much they're being used, sometimes the tubes are a bit worn, so I tend to have a little head so I can plug that into the speaker and have a clean sound, because this is all about having a really clean funk sound. So the speaker's not it's quite jazzy, so it's not quite, you don't want that distortion or that unpredictability of the tubes. Yeah, so that's that. That's sort of the sound of the patch. As I said, I've updated some of the patches in the zip file, so it's worth downloading it again if you've downloaded it if you've not downloaded it in a while. And yeah, this is the down to the bone patch that I will be using this Saturday, and I'll use this regular with this band, either with the Stomp or the HX effects, and a wah pedal, obviously. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you, again, as always, if you feel that this video was of value to you, feel free to share it through social media or send it to a friend, download these patches, check out all the other videos, like, subscribe, the usual stuff, so to speak. Thank you so much again for your support. Take care. Bye-bye.